class 7s, hope that you're doing well at home. And in other words, you are enjoying your holiday because you stay home for 2 months. It is 2 months since we closed the school because of the COVID-19, the so-called coronavirus. So we have missed you a lot. We as Mwalimu Anna school, especially JK, have missed you a lot. Hope that you have missed us also, and you have missed your school so much. We as the Mwalimu Anna Primary School, we have decided to bring this service or to proceed with our programs as usual from where we left it, but through online. Hope that while at home you will enjoy. You'll enjoy watching us, learning from your parents' phones, from your parents' computers. From where we left in class 7, we were looking on confusion words. Confusion words. These are words that in most cases they confuse, especially while in class. When looking at antonyms, whereby we said that antonyms are words which means the opposite of other words. The opposite words. Simply the opposite words, the antonyms. For example, you're given a word, then you're taught to give the antonym of the underlying word. For example, hardworking. Then you're taught to give out the opposite of the word hardworking. We can say an idol, the idol person. This is a hardworking. Assume David is a hardworking boy in the class. Then you have another boy who is lazy or is an idol. So the opposite of hardworking we can say is what? We can say is idle or lazy. You're given the word happy or happy, to be happy. The opposite you can say to be sad, sad. So mean opposite words. Simply we call them antonyms. Antonyms. Then today let's check on synonyms. Synonyms. We're talking about synonyms. These are words which means the same or has a similar meaning. Words with the same or similar meaning, we call them synonyms. 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 Synonyms are words with the same or similar meanings. These are we call them synonyms. For example, the word you can say Jane. Jane is an industrious lady. The word industrious, first of all, is an adjective. So the same word that means the same as industrious is hardworking. It's a hardworking. You can say industrious, then hardworking. In most cases, the examiners, they like asking such words. They underline the word. Assume you are going through your passage, the passage, then they underline that word or they bold in the passage. Then the questions, they ask you, can you give the synonym or the same meaning of the underlined word in the passage? Then the word is industrious. So the word that means the same is hard working. Hard working. So let's take examples of these synonyms. We have the simple synonyms. We have the complex synonyms, but have the same meaning. Here you can get a word, 3 words, but have one meaning. 3 words, but one meaning. For example, let's see the word huge. When talking about huge, have the same meaning as the word enormous, have the same meaning as the word big, has the same meaning as the word mountainous, has the same meaning with the word large. Huge, you can have enormous, we can have mountainous, we can have big, we can have large, or we can have elephantiasis. You can say, my father has a huge building in the town. Then you can say, another one can say, my father has an enormous building in the town. My father has a mountainous building in the town. My father has a big building in the town. Another one can say, my father has a large building in the town. All those words, they mean only one thing. So they have similar meaning. Therefore, we call them synonyms. Explain. The word explain has the same meaning that clarify. When we are teaching in the class, one of you, maybe you fail to understand a certain point, then you can put up your hand, then you tell your teacher, please teacher, kindly, can you clarify that point? Can you clarify the point? Clarify the point, can you explain or re-explain the point? So to explain means to clarify, to give more details or more examples. Discover. To discover has the same meaning of the word find. Find. In history, or the historians, you remind us that we learn about the discovery of the skull of mankind, which was discovered by Dr. Louis Leakey in 1959 at Olduvai Gorge in Arusha. There he discovered, he found the skull of the earliest man. Remember, in history, the skull of the earliest man was discovered first in Africa, especially Tanzania at Olduvai Gorge. In history, learn about that. Therefore, he discovered, he found. Complex. In machines, we learn about a complex machine. A complex machine is a machine which it comprises more than or many machines inside. For example, a bicycle. We can call a bicycle a complex machine. There are different devices in a bicycle. Then the other one that means the same as complex is complicated. This sometimes you get, this is a complex question, I can't answer it. This is a complicated question, really I can't answer it. Assume it was the mathematics. The teacher gave you a sum to do, then found that it is real complex, that you can't get the correct answer. So you try to figure it out, to dig it out. As long as you said, this is a complicated sum, I can't answer it. So approximately, when you approximate is about or nearby, you are doing a mathematics, you are given a sum to calculate. When you are calculating, you get the nearby answer, then you approximate the answer. I remember when I was in school, we have signs which we used to approximate. When you have the equal sign are always straight, but when you approximate, you can use a zigzag line, to be a zigzag small line, to show that you have approximated your answer. It's like you are rounding off the nearby. Assume that you got your answer to be 46.5, then you approximate your answer to be 50. Now you're from 46, you are about to 50. Then you approximate your answer to 50. Begin. The word begin has the same meaning as the word commence. Has the same meaning as the word start. The same meaning with the word to initiate. Initiate. In civics, on civic and moral, you learn about the multi-party, whereby I said that multi-party was reinitiated in Tanzania in 1992. Initiate, to start, to commence. From here you can say, our national examination will commence as from 9th to 10th of September. So to commence will begin. We'll start the national examination. Important. Important, the same meaning as the word essential or crucial. In geography, you learn about the 5 essentials of a map. The 5 essentials of a map, the 5 importance of a map. The crucial elements of a map. There's another word which you can use. In English, there are several vocabularies you can use. The word crucial, something that is very important, something that is essential. So, you know about the 5 elements, the 5 essentials of a map, the important things of a map. That dull, something that is boring. You can also has the same meaning as the word boring. For example, you can say, this is a dull holiday. Why? Because of the COVID-19. To stay at home for 2 months, it is really boring. It is really boring because you are used to school, your family to school. Now you have stayed at home for 2 months. Therefore, it makes to be a boring holiday because no enjoyment at all. Now this is the tiresome. So dull, boring. These are words with the same meaning. One word can have 3 words, 4 words, but one has one meaning. Let's check sentences. Sentences on synonyms. Sentence number 1. My father owns a huge building in the town. My father owns a huge building in the town. That is to say, my father owns an enormous building in the town. My father owns a large building in the town. That is to say, my father owns a big building in the town. Yeah, here you can use the word enormous, the word large, the word big. You can add mountainous. You can add elephantiasias, an elephant. You know, an elephant is the biggest animal, of course. So you can take your father's building, you relate with these words here. Mountainous, mountain. You relate your father's house with the word mountainous. Justin is an industrious teacher. Justin is an industrious teacher. Or you can say David is an industrious boy in the class. That means Justin is a hardworking teacher, or David is a hardworking boy. Materialist. The word industrious can have the same meaning with the word hardworking or materialist. When you are a materialist, it means you are a hardworking person. It is a dull holiday because of Corona. It is a dull holiday because of Corona. It is a boring holiday because this is a boring holiday because of Corona. Though you are staying at home, no money. Your parents are no longer working. Maybe they depend on their job, their employment. No work now. At home, maybe you are suffering. There's not enough food. You don't enjoy at home. No, though you're at home, but it is a boring holiday because of this Corona. You're not allowed to get out of your homes. Why? Corona. So it is a boring holiday. It is a dull holiday because of Corona. Our annual exam will begin from 22nd to 28th of November 2020. Here the word begin, to start. We can say our annual exam will start. Our annual exam will commence. Our annual exam will initiate, will commence as from 22nd to 28th of November, the year 2020. To begin means to commence, to start. You can have begin, start, commence, initiate. All the 4 words has one meaning. Let's take the last but not least. Dr. Louis Leakey discovered the skull of the earliest man in Tanzania. He found the skull of the earliest man. That's why historians say that it is believed that the first man lived in Africa. That's why the first man was discovered at Olduvai Gorge in Arusha region. That's why that's where the earliest man was discovered in 1959. by Dr. Louis Leake. This one marks the end of our lesson, but you remind you something, that from here we learn about antonyms, synonyms. Our next subtopic will be on homonyms and homographs. Remember, we have the homonyms, homographs. Homo means same. There, then check in history about Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens sapiens. So homo means same. There is a Latin word means same. We'll see them as from our next lesson. Hope that you have enjoyed our period, our lesson, and let me hope that you take care of yourself while at home. But from here, there's some questions I'm going to give out. Make sure that you copy and you answer all questions correctly. I wish you all the best. Remember, Corona is around. Corona kills. Take care of yourself. Take care of your young ones. Also, your family members. I wish you all the best. Bye.
Inasifika